Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope all of you are doing well. I want to welcome you all to a brand new video. Today we're going to be taking a look at my Scream Factory titles that I currently have on Blu-ray. This will be part one of a three-part series. We'll start with the Scream Factory releases that I have on Blu-ray, and then we'll go on to the Scream Factory titles that I have on 4K, and then the third part will be all the Shout Factory and Shout Select titles that I have. So let's get right into it. So the first one here I have in my collection is Tales from the Hood, which is a great horror anthology from the early 90s. If you guys have not seen this, I highly recommend you checking it out. It's really, really good. Next, we have one of my favorite Wes Craven films, shocker, such a great movie. Definitely one I remember who knows how many times growing up. So for some odd reason, my voice is rasped. Next, we have John Carpenter's Vampires, which is a great vampire flick, probably on my top 5 favorite vampire films. It does have a sequel with Bon Jovi. It's alright, but the first one is definitely the one to have. Next, we have Wes Craven's People Under the Stairs, a really interesting film, a weird one, but a pretty good one, to say the least. Next, we have one of my favorite films from the 90s, Idle Hands, Devon Sawa, Seth Green, Eldon Hansen, Vivica A. Fox. Just a great movie with a great cast. A very young Jessica Alba as well. Next, we have The Blob, which is the remake. Great remake. Probably one of the top 5 favorite remakes of all time that I like. Next, we have Phantom of the Opera, starring Robert Englund. Great movie. Also has a very young and before famous Molly Shannon. She would go on to do SNL, but she's in this movie way before her career started. Next, we have The Gate 2, which is a fun sequel, a weird one. Probably not as good as the first film, but it's still a really enjoyable film. Next, we have Rockula, which is a really cool comedy horror type of film, mostly comedy, but I've always enjoyed this one. I remember watching this one back when Netflix was starting their streaming service, and they were very limited to what they were playing. And this one was definitely one of them. This is out of print now, so if you guys are looking to pick it up, it may be up in the $40 to $50 range, so definitely keep your eye out if you can find it cheap. Next, we have Dolph Lundgren's Dark Angel. I have yet to see this. Not sure why I haven't sat down and watched it, but I've heard some pretty good things. So, Dark Angel. And then the last one here we have is Elvira's Haunted Hill, or Haunted Hills. This was a really fun movie, really enjoyable, had a good time with it. And if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's got a 4K scan, and it's got a great cast, some really familiar faces. The actress who plays, what's her name? Mary Shearer. She is in iCarly. She plays Freddy's mother. She's in this, and she looks good in this. You also have got Richard O'Brien from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So that's my Scream Factory collection that I currently have, or my Scream Factory titles that I currently have in my collection. So not too bad, some really great titles. Thank you guys for tuning in to part 1, and keep an eye out for part 2 coming soon. Till then, take care, and I'll see you soon. Peace.